Welcome to Best Replays of the Week. All replays from this episode are taken from the 1st until the 8th of April. As you watch through some cool RNG moments, I want to beg players of the Asia and North American servers to please send in your replays. This isn't Best Replays of Europe after all. Well, at least it shouldn't be. Right. Shortly you'll see that Victory can ride on the last shell, and we show how to add armor to your tank. Let's get started. We start today with Morpheus FT and his indestructible wall of steel. The Sandman has come to put his enemies to sleep. Permanently. Morpheus and his Jagdpanzer E100 find themselves in an encounter battle on Winterberg. He heads for the group of buildings on the eastern edge and claims his first victim right away. There's a capture warning, but that's not so serious this early in the game. Morpheus will focus on winning the fight here for now. He gives out better than he gets, but the soft lower glaciers is a bit of a problem. It's time to end this. Morpheus pushes his behemoth forward and finishes off the T-32. A bit of teamwork takes care of the AMX as well. The score is even, but the enemies have taken the city. They also haven't lost any high-tier machines. This will require some cunning. Maybe the RU-251 could offer support from beyond the grave. It's just about the right size to cover the lower plate. Yes, that should work! 2 against 5, and that's a lot of open ground to cross. Maybe I'll just push this little tank along. The enemies can't seem to make up their mind on whether they want to capture or not. As it's now 4 versus 1, Morpheus probably doesn't mind the confusion. That's a lot of incoming fire, but it's all bouncing off. The capture will eventually become a problem though. Okay, let's take you out first. Like that! Now it's time to leave behind the improvised armor and go win the game. The Jagdpanzer rolls forward and gets to the Kappa with time to spare. Boom! Threat is over and the enemies are down to a Lurvy. Nice shot to the track, Lurvy, but Morpheus still has his repair kit. The enemy doesn't reach cover in time and the game is over. Victory! Nice use of improvised armor there. It seems that the wreck of an RU-251 is enough to make a Jagdpanzer unstoppable. Well played, sir! Next up, we have a nice display of mobile scouting from Santiana. The map is Prokhorovka, and the game is a standard battle at tier 10. Santiana charges down the middle and spots a handful of enemy scouts and a Type 59 who is badly out of his depth. They dive right into the fight, and with some help from artillery, the enemies lose their lead scouts. Santiana keeps peeking over the central ridge and takes care to spot the enemies on both flanks. Is that a push in the west? Better take a closer look. Allied guns open up on the enemy column as soon as they are lit up by the scouts. A rival 90 goes to Santiana, but it proves to be no match. The scout reloads and heads back to the front. It looks like the enemies aren't giving up on the push. It's worth stopping for a shot or two. Santiana gets more aggressive, but their gun isn't really needed here. The Allies kill everything that's revealed in moments. And then it's all over, with just the out-of-tier type left standing. Santiana puts in a shell, but once again, it's the Allies who rip the premium tank into shreds. That looked almost too easy, but looking at the stats, it's easy to see why. 14 enemies spotted and over 10,000 points of detection damage. Nicely done, scouts. The role of defender comes down to situational awareness and timing. Sometimes all you need is a good plan and a single shell. Darius II drives the T-37 in a Tier 7 standard battle on Swamp. For now, defense is the last thing on his mind, as he drives to the front and starts wrecking havoc. That T-3485 is lucky he got some covering fire. Is this KV not taking Darius seriously? It should have. The T-150 is the next victim, and it doesn't last much longer. Neither does the T-34. Right, who's next? The Agile Lux is a tricky target, and an ally gets the kill. No matter, as long as it's dead. And here's the T-3485 from the start. Back to the garage with you. Maybe a little assistance there. One fewer enemy to worry about. Well, hello there. Are you still here? I guess it moved. But here comes its friends. Darius does as much damage as he can and claims the VK as his 5th kill. The KV-1 shows its side, and Darius probably can't believe his luck, just as it runs out. A devastating artillery hit leaves him with just 3 hit points and on fire. Incredibly, the crew managed to save the tank as the fire goes out immediately. Darius is undeterred and goes right back to fighting. There's the 1S again. This time the unarmed shot does the trick. Darius gets his 7th kill and the enemies are down to 4. Ammo is running low, but this Panther needs to be knocked out. It manages to finish off an ally, but it still becomes kill number 8. 3 versus 3 now, and the enemies have 2 Tigers. Darius decides to go and hunt down the dangerous SPG. Found it! 1, 2, dodge! And 3. The arty is finished, and Darius is down to a single shell. There's just one chance for victory now. The ally has to listen and start the cap. One of the Tigers is at the home base, and the Hummel is done for. The remaining shell wouldn't make a difference here. The ally starts to capture a handful of seconds before the enemy, but where's the other Tiger? There, and quick enough to win the capture contest. Darius has to time this just right. As long as the ally stays in the circle, he can win this match with the remaining shell. Darius pops out, takes his last shot, and resets the capture from 96%. There's nothing the enemies can do now. Sometimes being the defender requires just a single shot. That was a great replay all around, but it was that defender moment which really made it shine. 9 kills and 73 defense points with your last shell. Very impressive. How do we top the previous replay with the Top Gun? By upping the intensity, of course. The Panther isn't known as an OP murder machine in what, but Sarvilik can really make it sing. Tier 7 Standard Battle on Abbey, and you're the top of the list in a medium tank. What do? You carry as hard as you can, of course. Let's see who tucked into the Abbey. Bad mood, Chaffee, there's no way out. All these targets, but it looks like they're being taken care of already. Maybe the other side will be better. Well, hello there, KV. I think I'll call you kill number 2. Now just hold still for a while. Okay, I'll catch you 2 later. Maybe the base campers then. There we go, small but tasty. Sarvilik gets busy and damages everybody foolish enough to get spotted. It's about time to deal with the capture. The M6 is a big, soft target, and it's not that dangerous at long range. The T-29 is next, tough but slow. Sarvilik beats the tar out of the heavy and takes a moment to finish off the M6 while he's at it. There are more enemies here than you can shake a stick at. The T-29 retreats to lick its wounds, and Sarvilik concentrates on the medium tanks. The VK has had enough, and Sarvilik takes the opportunity to finish off the T-25. Afterwards, it's quite easy to find and kill the VK as well. Looks like the remaining enemies are pushing for the base. Neither heavy lasts for long now that Sarvilik can give them his full attention. That's 8 kills and 2 more enemies to go. The Stuart Immel could end the Panther with a single solid hit, so Sarvilik has to be careful here. Yes, this will be tricky. Maybe it can be baited into taking a bad shot? Nope. Whatever margin remained is now gone. Sarvilik puts in a couple more shells, but he can't risk doing that again. But hey, here comes a friendly Tog. Take the hit, buddy, and we can finish it off together. Except the Tog is too big, and Sarvilik can't get a shot off, or squeeze past it. This won't work. He needs to think of something fast. Hold on for a moment longer, buddy. The Tog blows up, but it created a brief opportunity. An uneyed shot, and the Immel is gone. Whew. Okay, only the enemy Tog remains. Those things have pretty decent guns, and the Panther can survive a single hit at most. Sarvilik races back to the Abbey and gets in cover just in time to spot the enemy trundling towards the friendly capture zone. No mistakes now. The view range difference should be enough. Sarvilik gets spotted once and moves away immediately. The Tog spots him again right before the end, but it doesn't get the chance to shoot. Victory! Nice! It's good to see a Panther played so well. 10 kills, over 6k damage, and a pile of medals. Definitely Top Gun of the Week. For the last replay, Wicked drives the FV215B on Live Oaks, delivering a crucial contribution. In a classic opening, the heavies head west for the town, and the medium tanks set off to contest the bridge. The enemies arrive right on time. Wicked and his platoon buddy make short work of the KV-4. The IS-3 and the T-44 are finished off, and the town is secure. Wickhead takes point and drives on towards the enemy base. 5 tanks in the lead, and the push is going well. It can't be this easy, can it? Looks like it would be. The way would be clear to the circle, but nobody on the team wants to win with a cap, it seems. A fight to the death then. While the allies have a 6 against 4 advantage, the enemies are all in tier 10 machines. Wickhead puts a couple of shots into the T-57, but there's no opportunity to finish it off. And just like that, the advantage is gone. It's 4 versus 4 now, with heavier gear on the enemy side. 3 against 4 now. Wickhead needs to even those numbers, and fast. 2 against 4. But then finally a kill, and not a moment too soon, as the E50M joins the fight. Wickhead is in serious danger of getting overwhelmed. The second IS-4 makes a fatal mistake. Now it's a duel with the E50. The last ally dies in the distance, and the clock is once again ticking. This med has to die before the heavy autoloader gets here. The fight is uncomfortably close, and reinforcements are coming. It's finally dead, and it looks like the autoloader is badly damaged. A single shot can decide this match one way or another. Both players are very cautious. There's no room for mistakes. Here we go! The last Hesh round bounces off the enemy's turret. Frantic reload with HE, and the enemy bounces his first shot as well. A solid hit, but the last shell has to do more than that. Another bounce from the enemy. And yes! A high roll with the last shell. Victory by the narrowest of margins. Finishing off a tier 10 heavy with your last HE shell. It doesn't get much closer than that. Great game, Wickhead. That is all for this week. Click around your screen to find more episodes, and remember to send in your replays. I'm Luke Neller, and I'll see you all next time.